Hello and welcome to my review of Blink. Now, I know what you're thinking. PML, shouldn't you be reviewing Trio of Towns? Well, all in good time. I just wouldn't consider it a complete review unless I got to at least the second year in game. So for now, let's take a look at another indie puzzle platformer that just so happened to be on sale. Blink was released on Steam on March 10, 2017, but it showed up on Steam Greenlight in December of 2014. It's the only game indie developer Next Reality Games has made so far. According to their website, Next Reality is made up of 2 college students, and while it's pretty cool that 2 people working together could make a game and put it on Steam, I'm just hoping this isn't another soulless ray of hope. Because a lot of games like this are unique, yet all feel vaguely the same. You play as a nameless kid. Apparently your father is left for some unknown reason and you want to find him. You wake up in the woods and make your way to a temple. When you get deeper into the temple, you find a bright flame. It speaks to you and says some stuff about tying you to its perception that will allow you to walk on light. So basically, you can enter an alternate perspective where anything brightly lit will become a surface you can walk on. The flame thing will allow you to use this power to find your father, but only if you help it find the remaining members of its near-extinct species as well. And so the search begins. Starting off, the game is weird. I mean, the way it runs is weird. The game automatically boots up in full screen mode. It can only be changed into windowed mode from the pause menu once you begin the actual game. Now, that itself wouldn't be too weird, poorly thought out, but not unexpected. What is unexpected is that it is literally impossible to view the main menu in windowed mode, to the point where if you're in windowed mode and you beat the game, it snaps back into full screen mode the second you get back to the main menu. And if you change the launch settings to try to force it to start in windowed mode, the game won't run at all. It's just odd. Is it just something that happens because the game is made in Flash? Anyway, when I bought this game, I thought it looked like a less bullshit version of Camera Obscura. And it sort of is. Let's start with the controls. They can't be rebinded, so there are 2 default settings for them. The arrow keys move and jump, and C changes perspective to what I'll call light mode. As long as you hold C, you'll be able to stand on light, but you can't stand on anything else, so you'll probably die a couple of times before you get the hang of it. Also, you can't just stay in light mode for as long as you want. For reasons that might have been explained, but maybe not, I can't remember, if you stay in light mode for too long, you die. You also die if you get stuck in a wall, so don't do that. So this is all well and good. I mean, it's pretty fucking rad that you can jump on the sun, but this world, which isn't Earth by the way, is a dangerous place. There are these evil Slenderman and jellyfish-looking things called shadows. Right, because that's so original. But even though these creatures are a bit generic, the way they're incorporated into the puzzles is rather unique. The shadows can be stopped by the light or even trapped inside it when you switch into light mode. But if they're not being stopped by light, they move faster, or in the case of the jellyfish, target you directly. But you can use them to your advantage by jumping on the light that's shining on them. They can't be killed though, because some of the puzzles are impossible without them. Speaking of the puzzles, I found them interesting. One of the features mentioned in the game description was no box-pushing puzzles, and I'm pretty glad for that, because, yeah, they're overdone. The controls were pretty smooth, but light mode sometimes felt a bit off, kind of like the 2D platforming sections of Contrast. The puzzles can be challenging, but I didn't find myself ever getting stuck for too long. A bit later into the game, it got somewhat frustrating, at least once the lantern was involved, but I never felt like giving up because I wanted to see where the story went. Actually, let me make a point here. That's what separates games like Soulless Ray of Hope and this. The story. Soulless had a story that was hidden in notes and symbolism. Blink has a story that is clear, easy to understand, and actually made me give a shit. Not to mention it has gameplay and puzzles that are kind of unique, and it isn't just trying to be the next Limbo. Although there may be a deeper mystery hidden in these letters that appear on posters throughout the game, I haven't figured that out though. The only downside is, it's short. My first playthrough took me about 2 hours and 30 minutes, which equals out to like a live stream and a half, so yeah, really short, but I enjoyed my time with it more than some other indie games I could mention. One shot. The art style is nice, the music sounds good, and it's an all-around decent game. As a special promotion for its release, Blink is 30% off until March 17th. I would say if you think you want to buy it quick, but this is the kind of game that'll go on sale every few months anyway, so no rush. I think $5 is pretty reasonable for a game this short, but the original price isn't that bad either, so whatever. But don't you all wish we were playing Trio of Towns? New farm, new places, new bachelors. Sounds like fun. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and the next review will be posted soon. I promise. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.